Welcome to Unguarded. You know, there is absolutely no one quite like Charles Barkley. Always opinionated, often hilarious, TNT's lead basketball analyst can get away with saying what no one else can. Oh, and he's also an NBA Hall of Famer. You know, I caught up with Chuck, an Auburn University alum, just after his Tigers earned their ticket to college football's national championship game. Not surprisingly, he had something to say about that, and, well, everything else. You gave the pregame speech for that crazy Iron Bowl where Auburn upset Alabama.
Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back! Auburn's going to win the football game!
What did you say to them that they pulled off the greatest college football victory of the year?
You know, this is probably the greatest season in Auburn history. You know, to go from not winning a game in the SEC to being the number 2 team in the country, that's pretty remarkable.
You gonna get a ring if they get the national title?
No, you don't do that. You don't get that. You have to win your own ring, or you don't get one. Yeah, you don't get that luxury.
I'm trying to get you a ring in some way.
No. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
People. It's interesting. People always ask me about the championship ring.
Right.
And I never think like they think. You know, basketball is what I do, it's not who I am.
But you judge people by whether they want a ring. You judged LeBron when he didn't have a ring.
No, I didn't, never. I thought LeBron should have stayed in Cleveland. Just because he got them rings now, he ain't no better. So think about the notion that just because I didn't win a sporting event, my life is not successful. That's got to be the stupidest thing I ever heard.
At the end of the year, he has the option to opt out in Miami. You want him back in Cleveland?
I think it'd be great for him to go back to Cleveland. Number one, I don't think they're great fans in Miami. I thought they were great fans in Cleveland.
People in Miami already don't like you. You're going to dig a deeper hole with this
I'm not
interview.
digging a deeper. They're not listen, those were the same fans who were leaving when they thought they had lost to the Spurs.
Just think about the game. Suck.
Let's don't act like they're super fans. The Lakers aren't going to be any good. We don't have to talk about it. Yeah, we don't have to talk about it. The Lakers at all.
All right, what about the NBA in general? What do you think about the level of basketball being played right now?
I'm embarrassed. You know, Richard, I'm a fan. I have to watch these games. And I know people at home like, oh, all these old guys are hating on the NBA. It's just bad basketball. I mean, it's bad basketball. Eastern Conference is ridiculous. And they're in major markets.
You have Miami, you have Indiana.
That's it, stop. There's no third. There's no third. There's no third. Like, everybody knows it's bad basketball. You know, it's interesting. Mike Wilson is a good friend of mine. And he's been angry at me because I've been talking bad about the Knicks. And these guys are so sensitive, but I'm going to do my job. I've lost friends over things I've said, but I'm going to do my job. My job is to the fans.
Who have you lost? What friends have you lost?
I'd rather not get into that, but I just
Have I finally asked Charles Barkley a question he won't answer?
No, because no, that's true. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to be very fair.
Do you love him, though? You love him.
I love him.
You are tied to Michael Jordan forever.
Yes.
Very, very close friends. What is it like being one of Michael Jordan's best friends?
You know, Michael's somebody I really like as a person, and for some reason we just hit it off. It's frustrating for me right now because we're not where we used to be. You know, I think he took some things I said about the Bobcats personally, and it's put a wedge between our friendship, and that's been disheartening for me too. Very disheartening because one minute we're close and now it's strained.
What do you think it is about Michael? How come he can't figure this out? It's not just that he stumbled. I mean, he really stumbled in Washington. He's really had trouble with the Bobcats.
Well, might as well burn down the whole house. You done started the fire now. Burn down the kitchen and the bedroom. Well, Michael has not surrounded himself with enough good people who will disagree with him. That's the biggest problem he's had. To be successful, you have to surround yourself with people who you respect, saying, no, that's not a good pick, that's not a good draft pick, that's not a good trade. That's what you have to do.
What about you? Did you ever want to run a team?
I'm going to run a team. You know, that's my next goal. I want to run a team. I'm going to run a team. I know I'm going to be successful.
All right, let's scare the people at TNT. When are you going to go do this?
Well, I got 2 years left on my deal, and I've told them that in 2 years I'm going to retire. I love my job. And Ernie, Kenny, Shaq, and everybody we work with, they're a blast. But I'm not sure how long you should do the same thing.
Is there anyone you've been talking to?
I have talked to teams in the last couple of years, and but you know, they lost me when I heard the term pay cut. You know, pay cut was okay. I'll see you later.
Right. We've been talking to Charles Barkley about how he is never afraid to tell it like it is, and how important he thinks it is to have friends who are honest right back to him. You said that your friends are always honest with you, and you demand that they tell you when you're doing something dumb.
Yeah.
What's the time that somebody pulled you aside and said you're doing something dumb that had a real impact on you?
Well, I think the two biggest issues I've ever had is probably gambling and probably drinking. Those are probably the two biggest things my friends watch me for. Because I'm always going to drink because I like it. I'm always going to gamble because I like it.
Well, you once said that you estimated you've lost $10 million gambling over the course of your life. Are you still doing it to that level?
You know, I probably won $1 million 5 or 6 times in a night.
That's got to be a big rush.
It is. But I've lost $1 million probably 20 times. And I took a couple years off from gambling because I realized, like, the high of those 5 or 6 times I've won $1 million doesn't make up for the 20 to 25 times I've lost $1 million, because you're so low.
You know the principle of gambling is
Yeah.
that the house wins. You
Yeah,
know that, right?
I know that. You know what's interesting? I learned that from a guy at the casino. We're doing this interview with Steve Wynn. And he was saying, what kind of gamblers do you like? He's, oh, easy. The jocks. And he said,
This is a guy who runs a bunch of big casinos
Yeah.
and hotels in Vegas.
my head perked up. He says, because they always look at it competitively. They try to win all the time. And I said, okay. And from that point on, it clicked on. I said, you know what? He's right. Just go and have fun and try to win a little bit. Don't try to beat the casino. And that's when it clicked in for me.
I see you out, you talk to everybody.
Nice to meet y'all. Have a great day. What up, Mike? How you doing?
People love talking to you too because you say what is on your mind. You say the things that people wish that they could say.
We just want y'all to play better and stop whining. Stop sitting at every press conference like somebody killed a family pet. It's annoying.
You know, I love President Obama, but Abe Lincoln's my new favorite president.
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because if it wasn't for him, we'd be calling Ernie Boss. You know, people take, let me say something.
People were upset because they thought you were making light of slavery and
Listen,
that whole
people
exchange.
going to get a life. I was a great basketball player. That's it. That's all I was. I'm not a teacher or a fireman. I'm not out there saving lives
So people shouldn't take it that seriously.
at all. Not in the least bit.
You're friendly with President Obama.
Yes.
You're going to the White House this weekend.
You know, this will be my second time there. Hey, let me tell you something. You have to be on your best behavior at the White House. That's one thing you don't mess around at.
Charles Barkley on good behavior.
Oh.
Now we know how to make that happen.
Hey,
Just send you to the White
Send me
House.
to the White House.